Hey everybody, this is Mike with Free Roaming Hiker, and in this video I'm talking to you about the gorgeous Amphitheater Lake hike in Grand Teton National Park. This is easily one of the most popular trails in the park, and it's a roughly 11-mile round trip strenuous hike up to two beautiful glacial lakes where you'll also see two more from a bird's eye view on the way up. The trail itself begins at the popular Lupin Meadows trailhead, and after you start a pleasant walk through the forest along the valley trail, you start to begin the climbing, and from there it never lets up. This initial climb begins ascending up a glacial moraine which features an occasional glimpse overlooking the valley of Jackson Hole, and these little breaks make for great places to catch your breath if you need to. While the trail mostly trends southward as it begins, it then starts to cut westward and begins climbing steeply up that crest of the moraine you've been climbing up. This continues for about a half mile or so before reaching the junction for the actual Amphitheater Lake Trail. The Valley Trail continues left at the junction, so be sure to continue straight, and you'll begin ascending up a relentless amount of switchbacks up the eastern face of the Tetons. As you climb higher and higher, the views become more and more impressive of the valley below. Soon, both Taggart and Bradley Lakes come into view just to the south, and if you time your visit right, this part of the hike will be covered in wildflowers, and it adds a nice burst of color to the landscape. At just about 3 miles in, you'll reach another junction, and this one forks off to go to Garnet Canyon off to the left. To continue up to Amphitheater Lake, head right, and more switchbacks will be waiting as they get smaller and smaller the higher you climb. Eventually, you'll be among the endangered white bark pine trees, most commonly found above about 8,500 or 9,000 feet. And from here, it's just a few more switchbacks, and then the trail levels out as you approach Surprise Lake. Now, while in this area, be sure to stay on the actual maintained trails through here because there's been a lot of trampling of the vegetation, which is unfortunately having some very negative consequences to the vegetation and the landscape in that area. As you'll see, Surprise Lake is just a short spur down and makes for a great little teaser of what's to come. So definitely stop to check this little lake out, and when you're ready, head back up on the main trail. In just another few tenths of a mile, you climb up a hill and crest it at the shores of Amphitheater Lake. And this beautiful lake has phenomenal views of both Disappointment Peak as well as the Grand Teton rising high above. And if you go exploring the south side of the lake, that'll give you some great views of Tiwanaut also rising above to the north. So as you relax along the shores, it's easy to see why this is such a popular hike. When you're ready, head back down the same way you came up. If you'd like more info on this hike, be sure to check out the link in the description, which points to the post about this hike at my website at freeroaminghiker.com. If you have any other questions or comments, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe for plenty more content. Thank you for watching, and happy trails!